Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. I'm just waiting for people on Facebook as well. So if you see me jumping back and forth between cameras, it's because I'm on Facebook. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. It's going well. I'm super excited to get going on this block with you guys. It's been kind of a long week. I injured myself, and today is like the first day I've finally been able to walk normally, so that's nice. Hello, Marianne. Hey, Leah. Hey. Just getting started. You did not miss me. I hope everybody's doing well. Hello. Hey, Jill. Yay. Yeah, so actually, sad news is I'm actually not going to QuiltCon this year. I originally was going to, and then I ended up going to Georgia last week, and the 12 hours driving was a lot. And then this week I injured myself, and then to drive 16 and a half hours next week, I'm not looking forward to it. So I decided that I'm just not going to go to QuiltCon this year, and hopefully I'll make it next year. Or for sure I'll make it next year. But kind of sad that I won't be able to go this year. Hey everybody. So for anybody that's been following along, I have been doing a free block of the month. Last month was the first month, and then this month is the second month. So I'm actually going to make the block today for the February block, which is this one. And it's going to be really fun. And I'm doing different fabrics for this version. Hello. Yay, hi. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Oh, sorry to hear that you hurt. Yeah, so this ironing board that you see back here, it's 4 feet by 2 feet, made with super thick wood. And as I was making it, I dropped the wood on my foot, and I have been in the most pain for the past. Well, I guess that happened on Monday. So since then, today was the first day that I've left my house. And was able to put like shoes on and stuff, but it's, yeah, terrible. But yeah, because of this thing, and then I don't even like the way this came out, so I'm gonna have to recover it. I used a like a high loft batting in it as well. Usually I just use a low loft batting, but I use the high loft, and then it's just, I don't like it. It's too fluffy, yeah, it's not fun. So I'm gonna redo that eventually, but for now it's fine. I'm not gonna stress about it. But yeah, so I've been in a lot of pain, and it's been terrible, but I'm back. I'm good. I was able to sew a little bit yesterday, and then today I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, I was able to go out, and it's been good. So I'm excited. So today I am going to be making my little birds of a feather pattern. Oh, there we go. It's wanting to, there we go. And has any of you made the block yet, or are you sewing along with me while we do it? And you're going to see me going back and forth. I have different cameras. I have a camera here, and then a computer down here. So if I'm looking around, sorry, just you'll have to deal with that. Yeah, things are definitely improving, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay today. But I'm glad everybody's on and joining me. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing my birds of a feather pattern. This is free, so go to my website if you haven't yet. Go to the website. You can download it for free. And I'm just going to kind of hang out, chat, and sew. So if you guys have anything you want to chat about, or anything that you, any questions or anything like that you have while you're working on this, or if you've looked at the pattern, I will say I'm a little annoyed because there are a couple little mistakes in the pattern. Not anything that's going to affect the outcome of the pattern, but I did notice that on piece A, and then the corresponding piece, I think it's W. Let me look here. M. Piece A and piece M. I have between pieces, A4 and A7. It's actually one piece, so you can combine those two pieces and make that A4, and you don't need to do an extra seam. That was kind of annoying that I caught that today, and I was like, oh shoot, but oh well. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, so this is my new recording studio that I set up specifically for doing lives and doing different YouTube videos and things like that. So I'm pretty happy with how it is. I like the lights. It gives a really kind of a cool vibe, and I have my gorilla, which is my favorite animal, so had to represent that. Someone's working on January. Yay, Julie. Okay, I'm working on another project, but looking forward to hang out. Yay. Yeah, you can hang out with me while you're sewing other projects too. I love that because I just like to have people to hang out with, and I don't have anybody really around me that sews. So okay, I'm gonna get started. So yeah, so that was the one piece. The A4 and A7 can just be combined as one, and the same with M. I think it's M4 and M7. Just combine that as one piece of white. You don't need to do that extra seam. And then there was a typo on the instructions page, which is fine, but it said for unit 1, it says sections A through F, but it's actually A through E. And then sections 2 starts with F. And then it says unit 2 when it should say unit 3 on this page here. So this is unit 3, not unit 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So not a big deal. It's not going to affect the outcome of your block at all. I noticed it today and I was like, oh shoot, of course I'd make that mistake. But you know what? I'm human, and sometimes I make mistakes in my patterns and I don't stress about it. Awesome. I love to see everybody that's quilting. Just watching. Good thing I don't follow directions, right? I know. Yay. I'm so happy that we were able to meet at the retreat as well. So last week, I went to Georgia for a retreat, and it's been so fun. Like, it was my very first official retreat, and met some awesome people. There were 28 of us, and it was just really fun. I got to teach FPP, which is of course what I love doing. So, have you been getting a lot of applications? Yeah, so I have about 20 people. So I am taking applications for people that want to test some of my patterns. I've realized that I just have too many patterns. I can't do them all myself. So if you're interested in becoming a tester, you can apply on my website. If you put in the comments, the last question is anything else that I should know. If you put that you watched this live, I'll definitely give you priority because I want people that are following me, watching my lives, things like that, to have first priority when it comes to testing. So if you're interested, make sure that you go there. If you've already applied, no worries. I know who you are. So, but yeah, so that's going to be fun. I just have so many patterns that I need to do and not enough time. I'll tell you, time I wish there was more of because I have so many patterns. So I will be sending out some calls for patterns, and even if you've applied to be a tester and then you decide, oh, I don't really want to do that pattern, you can always decline it. That's fine. But I will say if people decline over and over and over again, I'm going to probably just take them off my list because I want people that actually want to do my stuff. You totally can learn how to sew. I wish everybody learned or at least tried to sew because it's not as difficult as it seems to some people. I love it. It's a good way for me to relax, and I just enjoy it. So if anybody is on and interested in learning to sew because they don't already, I am going to be adding to my virtual classes a how to sew foundation paper piecing. So that might be something that you're interested in. I taught how to sew foundation paper piecing at the retreat that I was at last weekend, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. Some people that are on were at the retreat and took my class and made their very first blocks using foundation paper piecing, which was really awesome, and they came out great. So that's exciting. Bring home ec back. I agree, honestly. Hey Sue, welcome, welcome. I wish I had taken the opportunity. Oh, there we go. Okay, I wish I had taken the opportunity to be curious about it when I was younger. My mom was a sewer. She sewed all my clothes. Oh, that's awesome. You know, it's never too late. Never too late. I didn't start sewing. I started sewing like dog collars when I was in my like early 20s, and then didn't start quilting until probably 8 years ago. So there's time. You can do it anytime. Thank you, Leah. I enjoyed teaching so much at that retreat. It was just, I don't know, that was my happy place. I also taught like very basics of how to design foundation paper piecing in the at the retreat, and we just drew like little stars on paper. That was my first time ever teaching doing that, like doing the on paper, and I definitely didn't like it as much. I definitely like using the computer programs that I use. It's much easier. Oh, see, Sue didn't sew anything until she was 39, so there's plenty of time. Hello, hello, welcome in. I'm just hanging out, and so we're doing this block for anybody that's just joining. This is my February block of the month. It's a free block of the month, so you can download it from my website, which is just juliushandmade.com. Oh, I need to get focused here. There we go. So if you want to download this, it's free. I have a January block of the month as well, which I think, oh, I do have. This is the January block, which is also available on my website, and it's free. It says 2025. I know Instagram is mirrored, but so yeah, you can join my block of the month club. You get free patterns every month and put a quilt together. So anyway, what's everyone up to? How's everyone doing? Hey, thank you so much. I've only ever done some really simple FPP. Since there are so many pieces in the pattern, should I use a thinner thread? I use a thinner thread. I use Glide for mine. I'll be honest, I don't know that it matters too much. I will say, sometimes, because there are a lot of smaller pieces in this pattern specifically, you may want to use slightly smaller than a 1/4 inch seam allowance. It just depends on what you're comfortable with, but I don't think you need to do too much of a thinner thread. I've always used, I want to say it's an 80 weight. And then recently I started using Glide, which I think mine is a 40 weight. But I don't really know anything about thread, so I'll be honest. But so I was telling you in the beginning that pieces A4 and A7 on the A section can be combined, and I didn't follow that. I didn't make my piece big enough for A4, so that's stupid, but whatever. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to stress about it. What else is going on? Higher is thinner? Oh, then opposite of what he said. Sorry. So I guess this is an 80 weight then? I don't know anything about thread. I know that my Glide thread is thinner than the thread I used to use. So, but again, thread's not my thing. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, did anybody catch me on the Quilted Virtual Summit? I was a guest speaker teaching foundation paper piecing, and that was really fun. Interested to know if anybody caught that. That was something I actually originally declined to do. I was like, oh, I don't think I'll do that this year. And then they asked if I would reconsider because somebody had backed out, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And God, I'm so glad that I did. Like, it was so much fun, and I've had so much more traffic to my website since then, and yeah, it was really fun. So if you caught that, Awesome. If you didn't, I actually posted my lecture, workshop, whatever you want to call it, on my YouTube channel. Um, so yeah, if you want to try, if you want to go check that out, like it's on my YouTube channel. That's where I found you. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got so many new followers from doing that, so I'm so grateful that I had that opportunity. It was really cool. Oh yeah, so yeah, the sessions were about, I think we had 20 to 25 minutes, but and if you went over 30, they were gonna like kick you out. Um, so it would be nice if it was longer. All right, let's see. I just bought some triable paper to start practicing some FPP. Do you favor FPP for half square triangles? I'm going to tell you, I use foundation paper piecing for almost everything. Half square triangles, it depends. If I have a million half square triangles to make, I'm probably going to do like I don't know, is there like a four at a time or something like that? Whatever it is, half square triangles. I find that to be easier. But like flying geese, I definitely like to use paper piecing for flying geese because I can get better points with that. So recommend that for flying geese. But if I can get away with it, I'll use paper piecing for almost everything. What's the neon behind you? So that's a gorilla. It's a gorilla face. I got for Christmas a couple years ago for my husband, and I absolutely love it. Gorillas are my favorite animal of all time. So, hey Becky, hey, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you could join. So for anybody's just joining, again, we're working on my February block of the month. You can download the pattern for free on my website. And I try to make my patterns pretty beginner friendly. Maybe would be considered like a more advanced beginner, but it's pretty fun. Geese are my nemesis. The flying geese, I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram, I have little baby quilts, and they have flying geese around in the border. And I always, for those, they're all paper pieced, and I love it because the points are just so much nicer. So recommend it for flying geese for sure. Becky, I absolutely will. Hey Jacob, great iron. Oh yeah, so we got these irons. It's a show you here. A cordless iron. It was fun. We had somebody at the retreat tell us about it because she had one, and then Jacob, who actually was the one that organized the entire retreat, which was fantastic. He went out. It was at Aldi's for $20, and he went out and bought it for everybody that wanted one, and it's pretty good. It stays hot because I have a cordless one in my other room, and it does not stay hot long enough. I have to keep putting it back on the base so that it'll get hot again. So yeah, super nice find with this Aldi's. It's $20, which is great because I almost spent over $100 on a cordless iron. So I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So recommend, go to Aldi's, $20. What else is new? Anybody who's sewing right now? Let's see. You are either trimming most methods of house trials, or you can trim your FPP. So no. Yeah, but with the FPP, I find that the points are so much cleaner, especially when you're combining. I don't know, for me at least. But for flying geese especially, I like it more. And I also like the sturdiness that the paper gives it. I always use just regular copy paper. I don't use any of the fancy thinner FPP paper. So I like it much better. But I'm kind of set in my ways. I've been doing this for a while, so it's just how it is for me. I can't wait to see these colors. So I'm doing my block right now. I am using different colors than I did the original one. I wish that you could write or post pictures in the comments because I'd love to see what you guys are working on, but I don't think you can, right? All right, first piece done. Section A. Doesn't look like much now, but it's fun. Okay. Section A. Section B is probably the, I wouldn't say most difficult, but it has the most like tiny, smaller pieces. So just take your time with it. There's no need to rush. It's not too bad though. I've already done the February block of the month and posted it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that. That was awesome. I absolutely love it when you guys post the block of the month and tag me especially because I share them and I love to see it. Oh, another thing that I did. So you might find this helpful if you're doing this block is I took the fabric requirements and then I glued a little swatch of the fabrics I'm using to each, like next to each number, so that way you could see. Because sometimes I have to keep going back to it and be like, okay, what did I want that fabric to be? So you might want to do that. It's helpful. Sadly, no. Plus, I'm just leaving work. Oh, for if you're sewing right now. Well, be careful driving home. Don't watch this. Yeah, so this helps a lot. This little, it's my little key for fabric. Hey, Lando, welcome. Did everybody have a good week? Anything exciting happen? I had the quilted virtual summit. That was fun. I had the retreat last week, which was amazing. I'm actually worried when I do other retreats that they're not going to be able to live up to the one that we were just at, because it was my very first one and it was really, really good. So I'm hoping that, when I go to other retreats, it'll be just as good. And then, for those that are just joining, we were talking about QuiltCon. I'm actually not going this year like I really wanted to. I injured myself and that's taken a lot out of me. And then to drive for 16 hours, it's not appealing to me right now. So I'll go next year, but for this year, I'm not gonna go, which is a bummer. But there are worse things. Oh my God, same what, Leah? There's always a delay with the comments, so I don't even know. Hoping to be inspired tonight. Can't seem to get going this month. Aw. Well, I hope that I can inspire you. This is so like casual and laid back. I enjoy like hanging out with people while I'm sewing, so I thought it would be really cool to do these monthly little lives where people can just hang out while I sew the block of the month and ask questions or just chat. I don't care. Anything, really. Totally gonna watch the recording on your YouTube. Good week. Getting excited to go to QuiltCon. Oh, I'm so bummed I'm not going, but yeah. I wish I was going, but I'm not gonna stress about it. Things come up beyond my control. But I'll tell you, I drove last week 12 hours each way. That was a lot. I was exhausted. So I'm okay not driving 16 hours, next week. Especially with an injured foot. It was not fun. Hello. We got Shannon on Instagram and Shelly and Leah on Facebook. That's awesome. My new friends from the retreat. If anybody's in the like Tulsa area and knows of any retreats coming up, I'd love to do something local. I was thinking it would be fun to do like something local, like during QuiltCon for people that can't go to QuiltCon. Do like a little local get together or something. I think that would be fun. So for those that don't know, I injured my foot. I was making this ironing board. This is a 4x2 ironing board that was made, it's like thick MDF board. And I dropped it on my foot, right on my big toe. And I never knew that such a small body part could hurt so much. Oh my gosh, for days. So this happened on Monday, and today is the first day I left my house because I couldn't even put like a shoe on, and I couldn't walk, and just sitting on the couch, it's like throbbing all the time. Today's the first day it's not throbbing, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it was not fun. I don't know that it's not broken, but I was able to move it around, and like I said, today it's not throbbing at all. It hurts a little bit when I walk, but it's not anything like it's been. It doesn't look good, that's for sure. But I don't want to pay for a doctor's visit. I was like, if it's not better by like Monday, I would, but it's doing better, so. And if it's broken, I don't think there's really anything that they could do, so. Hey, oh, on Facebook, it should just be on my page, no? Did anybody have to do anything special to see is my live just on on my Facebook page, or is it just in the event that I created? I don't know. I'm new to all this. So yeah, so Shannon's asking, wasn't it supposed to be my lazy day on Monday? And it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to accomplish one thing. I'm going to run to Lowe's, get this board, and I should have just sat on my butt and did nothing because it was not worth it. And like the worst part is I don't even like the way that the ironing board turned out. It's like too like soft. I like a harder surface. So I'm going to probably end up redoing it anyway. So I'm just going to be extra careful, that's for sure. Yeah, so I think you can just see the live from like my Facebook live just right from the page. That's what Peggy Sue said. Yeah, everyone's saying it's on my page, so I don't know. Are you following my my Facebook page? The Julius Handmade. Not a QR. So it wasn't quilt retreat. It was actually, thank God, it was after I got home from the retreat because I would have been so sad. And it was right after I went grocery shopping, which was great because they had plenty of food. But yeah, I'm so glad it wasn't before or during my retreat because that would have been terrible. What did I put on the MDF? So I put 2 layers of like a high loft batting and then 2 layers of a low loft like cotton batting or 80/20 batting, and then just regular fabric. So. And the difference between this one and my other one that I like is that is the high loft batting that I put in it. The other one I didn't. I just had like several layers of the low loft batting. So, lesson learned. I was just trying to use what I had, like scraps of, but I'm not going to do that again. What else is new? What's going on with everybody? So how many people on here are going to QuiltCon? Just curious, because this would have been my first QuiltCon, but oh well. I did 4 regular. What do you mean by regular batting? Like the low loft or the high, or like the really fluffy? Because I noticed that the ones at the retreat were also a little bit like softer than I usually like. Just like I don't know how to describe it, but it's softer. Which pattern are you working on? I probably missed. Oh yeah, so I'm working on, for anybody just joining, this is my February block of the month, Birds of a Feather. And I'm doing it in different colors than that one, but yeah, that's a free pattern on my website, juliushandmade.com. You can go check it out, download the free PDF. It's my February block of the month. So I also have my January block, which you may have already seen, my 2025. So that's there and available as well. So it's not too late to join the block of the month. We're only 2 months in. And I just finished my March block of the month, and I'm super excited about it. So I can't wait to release that one because it was pretty fun. I have to watch how much I say I'm super excited about things because I guess last live I did, my husband was listening outside the door and he was like, "You said you're super excited at least 6 times in like the span of 5 minutes." So sorry, guys, but it's true. I am. I'm not. I'm not going. I'd love to go warmer, snow-free weather. I'm in Michigan. Oh yeah. Well, here it's supposed to be bad weather here. I'm in Oklahoma, and it's supposed to be bad weather on Tuesday, which I know a lot of people are leaving for QuiltCon. So hopefully it won't be too bad and flights won't get delayed. But I think we're supposed to get snow and all that. Did you get to $1,000 or 1,000 subscriber newsletter? So I'm 20 away. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, please go to my website, subscribe to the mailing list. I need 20 more, and I'll be at 1,000 subscribers. And with that, everyone that subscribes to the newsletter is gonna get a free pattern. So I'm so close to it. Only need 20 more. Thanks, Jacob. Take care. We'll see you later. Have fun babysitting. So yeah, if you're not on my mailing list, go join it. I send out some fun things, and you get a reminder of my Block of the Month club. I only send, I try not to send a lot of emails, so I send 2 a month basically, which is going to be the first of the month when my new Block of the Month is out, and then the middle of the month, like on the 14th, to remind you to come to this live, and then any news and anything that comes up in the beginning of the month. So I have like those 2. There will be an extra one as soon as they hit 1,000 because I'll send out a free pattern to everybody. But I don't like overdo the emails, so don't stress. And then nobody's info will ever be given out to anybody, so you don't have to worry about that and getting a bunch of junk mail. So definitely go and subscribe. Yeah, so close. It's awesome. So I only launched my website a month ago. So January 1st was the first day of my website. So I'm pretty pumped that I'm already at almost 1,000 newsletter subscribers. And I definitely feel like this Block of the Month has helped with that. And I'm glad that I that I decided to do it. So I originally wasn't going to have it as a free Block of the Month, but I really wanted to make it available to people and then also get people to my website since it was new, and it worked. Let's see what's going on. Subscribe. Yay, thank you. Emails are the bane of my existence. I love free patterns. Yeah, I don't send a lot of emails, so you don't have to, worry about getting, swarmed with junk. I hate, like, when I subscribe to somewhere and then I'm getting emails, like, sometimes multiple times a day. I'm just like, you gotta relax a little bit. But I don't go crazy. Mostly because I'm limited, well, not mostly, but also I'm limited to the number of emails I can send per month, so I'm kind of, trying not to be crazy. Smart marketing. Yeah, I think the free Block of the Month definitely helped. Between that and the Quilted Virtual Summit, I definitely got a lot of traffic, which was really awesome. Because this is the year of growth for me. Also on my website, for those that are just joining, if you are interested in becoming a tester for some of my patterns, you can apply there. I am realizing that I just have too many patterns and too many projects I want to do, and plus maintaining the website and maintaining social media and all that, I don't have the time to test all of my patterns myself like I once was doing. So I am going to be having testers. So just know that you can go and apply there if you're interested. It's fun. And if you put in the other things I should know or whatever it says, the last question, if you put that you caught this live, I will make it a priority to have you as a tester because I want to make sure that my testers are people that actually are following me and participating in things like my lives and all of that. So let's see. I started with section G, haven't decided the heart fabric yet, so working around it. Hey, that's perfect. I don't blame you. I'm so in my head when I do patterns that I always like to do it in order of sewing. So I want to do A plus B plus C plus D. I want to so I always start from the beginning, but You don't have to. All right. I would love to test, but sadly I don't have a color printer. So what's kind of cool with my patterns, my new patterns, I'm using a different program, and each pattern piece has a little square that has a number. Sorry, I'm shaking. I'll show the other camera too, but it has a number with the color square. So if you print it in black and white, you can still know what color that you need to use. Because I have a little color key also that comes with it, so you know like what each color represents. And it says, I have fabric covering, but it says like blue or brown or whatever it needs to be. So you don't technically need a color printer to sew my patterns anymore, which is nice. When I was doing electric quilts, that was the old software that I used. It was all in color, and you kind of did need a color printer, but I'm really loving this color code. It's been really great. So, you know, if you're interested, just know that. Yeah, so with these new patterns that I'm doing, you absolutely can do it black and white. With the color codes, it helps so much. Sorry, I just have to concentrate for a second to pin. So I got my first 2 pieces done. I feel like this goes pretty fast. I'm chatting away right now, but usually I can get this done pretty quickly. Okay. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Hello, welcome, welcome. So anybody that's just joining, I'm working currently on the February block of the month, which is my little chickadees. Here we go. We got the head done. For my, what do you call it? Heart, I'm doing a different fabric, which is pretty fun. Brought this little thing. Let's see here. I will say I love when the pattern runs through the blocks. I have some books that have dots and lines and things that are super beginner friendly. I love when a pattern runs through the blocks. I don't know what that means. Yay. Okay. Here, let me iron this and then I'll show you. So when I iron, I always press, like when I combine 2 sections together, I always press the seams open, and I find it to be so much better. Okay. There we go. We got the little face. Okay. This one is the beak. Yes, it wasn't. Okay. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I feel like I have to like keep chatting, but sometimes when I get quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. But if anybody has any questions or anything you want to talk about, let me know. What do you mean sections have dots? See all the red parts and lines through. So all the red parts. Like each fabric has its own pattern on like a paper. Oh. I don't know what's going on in the comments, guys. Sorry. Confused. Chris, yeah, so I do not, so a lot of people, when they're doing paper piecing, they like to get all of the sections sewn and then piece them all. I like to do it as I sew as much as I can. I don't know. I feel like I like feel more accomplished when I do that. So I've always just, actually, I lie. I have not always done it that way. But recently I've been doing it and I'm like, oh, this is nice because now I can like see it coming together and it feels like I'm accomplishing something, and I don't know, that's just me. Jill asked, where in Oklahoma? So I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the moment. And I actually just joined the Tulsa Modern Quilt Guild, which I'm excited about. make some quilty friends in the community. Oh, each color is assigned a pattern instead of a color. That was one of the questions. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I prefer I think I prefer the numbers to be honest, but I will say this pattern specifically too, the little square that has uh the color code in it, uh I like that it's colored, but like for example, the red and the brown look very similar to me. So you want to pay attention to the number, and also the dark gray and the black look very similar. So just make sure you also are paying attention to the numbers. I did that earlier and I had to pull out some stuff because I put the wrong color, thinking it was the other one. I used to live in the opposite side. Oh, okay. I have no idea where that is. I'm fairly new. I mean, I've lived here for a few years, but I don't get out much, so kind of just stay to myself here in Oklahoma. It's not the dream place to live, but it's where I am. So yeah, so my old patterns, because I was using electric quilt to like EQ8 to create my patterns, they were like colored in, so every piece had a color, but it was difficult because a lot of the colors looked the same. There were no codes for the colors, so if I wanted to add those, I had to do it all manually, and it was a little bit difficult. I still use electric quilt for some things, but the I've been using Quilt Assistant, and actually, if you're interested in learning how to design your own foundation paper piecing patterns, I actually teach a class using Quilt Assistant on how to, like, the basics of foundation paper piecing design, and it's a free program, the Quilt Assistant, so you don't have to pay for a program, and you can learn how to make some pretty cool designs. And then later, once I get a few like 101 classes done, I'm gonna have an advanced foundation paper piecing design class. But I had one in January and it was really fun. The basics of foundation paper piecing, and yeah, if you're interested, it's on my website. You can sign up for the class. It's all virtual, done over Zoom. It's really fun. Yeah, so my St. Patrick's Day, so Shannon, you found my Facebook, I'm glad. Shannon is doing the St. Patrick's Day pattern, which is one of my older patterns, so it's from EQ8 and it's all colored in. It's a little bit easier with that one, but there are some that are just, it's so hard to tell what color is what. So I'm trying to stay on camera for Instagram, but bear with me. Okay, we got his little beak. How cute. Making progress. All right, here, I just adjusted this. The numbers are great with a tiny detail, but they can get a little tricky in the black and white. Okay, that's fair. I definitely got the blocked in one mixed up with the one color model. Oh, the blocked in one mixed up. The one. I assume you just mean, Jess, that you got a couple colors mixed up. But yeah, it can be hard. You want to pay attention to that number with these. And it is harder, too, with the smaller, tiny pieces that sometimes the numbers, like, get in the way of some lines. So you just kind of have to go slowly and pay attention. But to me, it's worth it. I feel like I'm missing a piece. There we go. Okay. I found it. What else? If anybody has any like feedback about my patterns, or would like to see specific things, or I'm always taking ideas for new patterns. I have a million patterns that are just waiting to be tested, so I'm excited to start getting those out. Hopefully this week coming, I'll be doing my call for testers. So if you've applied to be a tester, look out for an email. Let's see, the leprechaun has half a mustache. Uh-oh. I can't wait to see that one done. Like, did you miss a piece, or or that's all you've done so far? All right, background. So this is the background I'm using for this one instead of the green. So I'm excited for that. Excited for everything, apparently. Hey, welcome, welcome. So for anybody just joining, I'm currently working on this quilt block. This is my February block of the month. So if you're interested in making one for yourself, it is a free pattern on my website. So definitely go check it out. You can get your free pattern. And it's part of my block of the month. So I have a different block every month. And they're all free. I feel like I've been posting a lot about them, so I can't remember the designer, but a long time ago there's like a star or a shape for matching up the pieces that needed to connect. Yeah, so this program has that. I just kind of I've not actually used it yet. It kind of just adds extra like messiness to the piece. I feel like it gets in the way a little bit, but also I heard from some people that it wasn't always accurate. Like it didn't actually match up where it was supposed to be. So, yeah. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Thanks, Peggy Sue. I feel like you gotta be excited about something, right? Like things have been crazy. I need to enjoy myself and be excited. And I love quilting. I love making patterns for everybody. I love especially when people make my patterns and they share it and they're like, oh, I really loved this. That makes me so happy. So that's why I do it. But if you've never tried one of my patterns, you definitely should download the free patterns and give it a shot. And then I also have a bunch of patterns you can get to my Etsy for my website. Eventually I'm going to update my website so that I can like have my patterns for sale there as well. But right now on my website, if you go to patterns, it's going to take you to my Etsy. I have lots of patterns there. And I forgot that next month is St. Patrick's Day, so Shannon, hopefully you can get that St. Patrick's Day quilt done. But if anybody has any questions about my patterns or foundation paper piecing or really anything, just let me know. Or if you just want to chat about something, if you know any fun things coming up that you think I should go to. I think maybe I'll post in my Facebook, like the what is it, the Modern Quilt Guild that I'm in for locally for Facebook, to see if anybody wants to get together during QuiltCon that aren't going to QuiltCon. It could be fun. Eventually I'm going to have a space where people can get together and like come and sew, kind of like a retreat center, but it'll just be like for the day, not overnight. What skill level for your hummingbird quilt? That one is a little bit tricky. I would say that's more like intermediate to advanced. It's definitely it has more tiny pieces. It's a lot of pieces, so I don't necessarily think that a lot of pieces equates to more difficult, but it's just there are some smaller pieces and some points to match up. But if you go slow and just take your time with it, I think anybody could do it. It's not crazy. That one I designed specifically for my mother-in-law, and I loved it, so I had to get it out to everybody. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, so on Facebook, you just posted my Etsy link. I appreciate that. And thanks for joining. Alex is one of my graduates from my my very first design class for a quilt assistant, and he's doing some really, really cool patterns right now. I can't wait for him to release them. I was saying earlier, I wish that you could post pictures in the comments because I really would love to see everything. What would you recommend to start? For my patterns, oh gosh, I mean, a lot of them are pretty simple. I have a panda, like a panda face pattern that's pretty simple if you're looking for that. And that's actually free on my website from the Quilted Virtual Summit. You can get that for free. And my block of the months, I'm trying to make them pretty beginner friendly. I've had people say that they're beginner friendly, so that could be a place to start. I don't know. I'm the kind of person that just jumps right in and like goes for it. So even like if someone's like, "Oh, this one's harder," that's probably where I'm going to start. My very first foundation paper piecing project was it was a unicorn from Quiet Play. I don't know if you've seen her patterns, but she had a beautiful unicorn. I was like, oh, I need to make this, and it was pretty difficult, but I jumped right in because once you get the technique, then really you can do any pattern. It's understanding the technique and feeling comfortable with it. But I'm definitely dive head first. Okay, so let's see. QuiltCon. I wish I was going. Let me see here. It definitely can shift. I sometimes end up seam ripping the middle and shifting it if I have to. Yeah. No, it doesn't mean. No, does that mean quilt of the month? So yes, my March quilt block, like the block of the month for March. I'll give you a little hint. It does have a shamrock, but I just wasn't thinking when Shannon was saying she was making my leprechaun one. I just wasn't thinking about it. But little hint, it does have a shamrock. I'm excited about it. I just finished that pattern, so I'm excited. So if you accidentally have one piece in the middle after you finish that you have raw edge on, do you rip it apart or try to patch it? Oh, that's a good question. For me, I would probably rip it apart, but that's because I'm, kind of anal about that kind of stuff. But it depends how bad it is, and if it's easily patched. If it's really like in a bad spot, I probably would. I had a quilt. What was it? Oh, I was working on at the retreat. I made a little owl block that I had designed, and I realized I used the wrong piece, and I ended up ripping it out. And then later I used another wrong piece and I left it. So, but it could be a pain, especially when it's in the middle like that. But spill the tea. Yeah, that's usually what I do. Hey, welcome in. I love hanging out with you guys. It's so fun. I need to get out more and be around people, I think. Because at the retreat, oh my gosh, it was so much fun just being around people. We were all just hanging out and quilting and chatting and laughing, having fun. It was so fun. What kind of machine do you use? I'm a newly obsessed quilter, and I'm just using a fairly basic brother machine from Costco. So I use a Juki. It's the Juki TL2010Q. I love Juki. I'm hoping one day that Juki will sponsor me and I can work with them more because they have a new machine out that's a little over my budget, but I really, really want it. So I'm hoping they'll sponsor me and give me one day. If I need more followers, I think. But Juki I recommend. But I would say anything that has a automatic thread cutter, I would go with because I don't think I could ever go back to having a machine without one. Especially with paper piecing, it's so much easier. You just press a button and it cuts your threads. So I'm a Bernina brat. Yeah, I've never used a Bernina, so I really like Juki. It was my first good machine that I actually spent money on, and I love it. I don't think I'll ever go back. So I'm gonna take this piece out because it's ripped. All right, we're making progress, guys. Is anybody working on this block while we're on here, or working on your own things? Okay, so we're getting there. Almost. This is I'm working on unit 1, so I have this block separated into 4 units. So almost done. This the last piece of unit 1. Yay, okay. Someone has half of it done. Okay, what am I doing? Background. This is the fabric that I'm using for the heart. So I think it'll be pretty cool once it's done. My good friend is the same model Juki, and I've really been impressed with it. So I've had this Juki for almost 8 years now. I've never had to take it anywhere to have it serviced at all. I maintain it all myself, just oil, and I do take it apart sometimes to clean it out. But yeah, I've never had to take it in. It's never had an issue. It does great, and it's been, like I said, 8 years. So definitely recommend Juki. And once they sponsor me, I'll recommend them all day long. Not working on quilting tonight, stage managing a show that's about to go up. Oh, fun. Well, I hope it goes well. I'm glad you were able to join for a little bit. Basic machines are great for quilting as long as you have a 1/4-inch foot. I love my Juki though because it's great free motion. Yeah, so I'll do free motion sometimes on this. I do have a long arm, which is helpful, but for like smaller quilts, I do like the free motion here. I have January and February blocks printed, so I'm ready and get caught up. Yay! You know, there's no rush either with the, like, even if you did them all at the end of the year, like, get the free patterns while it's free. So on January 1st of next year, I'm taking down all of these patterns. They won't be free. They'll be available for sale, but they won't be free. So even if you're not sewing them right now, recommend downloading them while you can, and then sew them when you can, you know. So there's no rush. There's no rules that say you have to have them done each month. I don't care. But don't get me wrong, I love it when you guys do and you post it and tag me. It's literally my favorite thing. Your wings pattern was the first big FPP pattern I've ever done. Oh, yay. And I was able to finish it and advise people not to be afraid to try one of your bigger patterns. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so nice. I'll tell you, I am so grateful for these wings. They probably one of the best things that I've ever designed as far as like popularity goes. So I'm so happy that people are doing it. TLs are budget friendly, especially to be sure you're going to stick with the hobby. Yeah, so I definitely recommend. I don't know. I love this machine. So it is a little heavier. I wish it was a little bit lighter than it is, but you know, it is what it is. It's only because I have to move it from room to room. So I'm in my like recording studio room, but it's not my sewing room. So I take over a lot of space. You should ask my husband. He's like, "All right, you take too much room." But it is what it is. And I moved it here because last time when I was doing a live, my sewing room is right near my the living room, and he overheard me and then made comments that I said I was so excited or whatever, super excited. I said that too many times. So I was like, you know what? I'm moving my recording room somewhere else, away from you. So that's why I'm here. But also it looks a lot better. So I'm happy with it. How do I scroll? There we go. Okay. See you later. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. So for anybody that's just joining, I'm working on the February block of the month. I'm almost done section 1, or unit 1. Machine for every room. I was just saying earlier, I was like, I need to get another machine. And I don't know if you were, whoever was at the retreat, but there were 2 guys there, and they had a little, oh my gosh, what was it called? Eversone Sparrow. And it has like the automatic thread cutter. It's super light. It was really a cool little machine. So I'm thinking I'm going to get one of those and just have it in here so that I don't have to like lug this thing around. It's also a pain to have to like unplug everything and bring it to the other room, plug it in, and set it all up. And so I need to just have doubles of everything. But I don't think I'm going to splurge and get another Juki. I don't think that's necessary. So the lighting is super fun. Thanks. Yeah. I was like, I want to make this kind of like a cool little vibey space that I can just come and hang out with people and do my lives. I have my gorilla. I was saying earlier, gorillas are my favorite animal, so I needed to, make sure that was in here to represent. And I just like that light. That was a gift a few years ago from my husband, and I love it. All right, almost done, guys, with this section. So I'll tell you, I did cheat a little bit, and I already did half of this, because last live, if you were here, I wasn't able to finish the whole block, so I was like, I'm gonna be safe this time and do half of it ahead of time, so I can actually have a finished block at the end. So stick with me, because you'll see the whole thing come together. I was too. So funny story. Someone said they were obsessed with Coco growing up. Coco is the gorilla that knew sign language. So I went to school for psychology. Originally, I went to school for pre-veterinary medicine and realized chemistry was not for me. So I switched to psychology, but then I minored in animal science and anthropology. And like my dream job was to go to Africa and study gorillas and teach wild gorillas sign language. I really wanted to do that, so didn't end up happening, but it was a really fun dream. So that was my goals. Tell everyone about the quilt behind you. So this is my logo. I don't know. Oh, Instagram can't really see. There we go. This is my logo quilt. Just for a little backdrop for when I'm in here. And I designed it using Quilt Assistant. It was super big and fun to put together, but also very challenging because there were some really big pieces. But yeah, it came together really well. And that's my Julius Handmade logo. Will you maybe... Oh, yes. So I actually have a gorilla pattern started, and it will be one that I am going to be asking for testers for, but also I'm going to make it because obviously I need to. But yeah, there's going to be several gorillas, so stay tuned for those. And if you're interested in testing one, make sure to go to my website and apply to be a tester. Because I would love that. Knee lift is really handy once you get used to it. So this Juki comes with a knee lift for the presser foot. I don't use it for mine because I like to have my machine a little farther away. I used to have like a cutting mat right in front of my machine for this kind of stuff, but it doesn't work for me because I like my machine too far away. But it is nice. I know a lot of people like to use it. I like to get one that has a foot pedal that raises the presser foot. I think that would be really nice, but trying to keep organized with my scraps. I brought these little. This is Alex's idea to get these little Dollar Tree baskets to sort my fabrics while I'm paper piecing, and it's going well, but I keep forgetting and making a mess up here. But anyway, I love the next using. Oh, that's fine. So that's another thing too. I feel like I get so like in my flow that it becomes automatic. So even I would still be doing like the presser foot with my hands because even if I had the knee lift, I'm so automatic. Even so, I tried to do so when I'm paper piecing, I backstitch and I try to get into the habit of not and just going a little bit further. But I keep it's automatic. I don't even think about it, and I just press the button. Hey Sharon, welcome. Patiently waiting for March block. Oh, I'm excited for March. It's going to be a good block, I think. Hopefully y'all will like it. I think it's a little more challenging in that like it has a little like more pieces, but it's really not too bad. But it's fun. I was like, it's worth it for the extra effort. All right, guys, I'm almost done this one. Yeah, I backstitch each piece. I like that it just secures the stitch a little bit more because I tend to be a little rough when I'm ripping out my paper. So, is everybody on Facebook okay? Like, see me okay? I just gotta notice that my internet connection wasn't good. So let me know if you're having issues. Okay. This piece is done. Do you have color picked out for all your blocks for the year? So I'm just choosing as I go. I don't even have all the blocks designed yet. So just know March is designed and it's really fun. April's is going to be really fun too. There's a couple months where I'm like, oh, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to work through that. But there will be a fun block, so don't worry. All good. Okay, good. I don't know why. I'm also in the like back of the house, so it's I keep going off camera, sorry. So it makes the internet is a little bit less great here. Yes, I can see you fine. Sound gets weird sometimes. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Unit 1 complete. Very cute. So that's the fabric for my heart. It's really fun. Okay, Unit 2. Are you pressing open? So yeah, on the back, for the when I put two sections together, I typically will press open. If there's like a really big like section that's one piece of fabric, I'll press towards that. But for the most part, I do press open. Sometimes my stitches my seams get a little twisted, and normally if that happens, I would pick it out and redo it. But because I'm trying to get this done, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But yes, typically I press open. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, it came out good. I'm happy with this rainbowy fabric that I found for the heart. I think it'll be fun. And I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was, that did the background in like a sky blue, and I was like, oh, that looks really nice. I need to do that too. What color thread do I use? So I always piece with a like light gray. I find that's the best to like not see it through the like the seams. So I recommend a light gray. And I use glide thread, and it's a little bit thinner. It's their the more like the thinner weight. I don't know, 80 or whatever. 80 weight, I guess. But it's the same thread that I use to quilt with on my long arm, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try it for my because I was using a just like a cheap thread from Joann's, and I was like, I'm gonna try the glide, and I loved it so much more. I was like, oh, okay, I'm hooked. So I recommend Glide thread. I really like it a lot. So if Glide ever wants to sponsor me, I'm here. Do it. All right. It's coming together, guys. I gotta figure out how I want to combine all my blocks. Like what kind? I think I'm gonna do a sashing to make it a little bit bigger, because each block is 18 inches and it's 3 by 4. So I gotta figure out. I think I'm gonna do sashing, but I don't know what yet. I thought about doing the same background color for each block, but that's not gonna work out with some of the blocks that I have coming up that are gonna be really fun, but it won't work to have the same color. If anybody has any questions or anything you want to talk about or any fun gossip, I'd love to hear it. I'm really bad at looking at the camera for Facebook because my computer's down here and the camera's up here. So sorry about that, guys. Trying. I feel like I need to be entertaining, but I don't know what to talk about, guys. Hello. If you like to listen to audiobooks when you sew, there are some Scottish quilting accent novel. Oh, that's funny. Scottish quilting adjacent novels I can recommend. So you know what's weird is when I am sewing, I typically am doing so in complete silence, and I have nothing going on. Sometimes, like in the living room, the TV will be on, so I like hear that a little bit, but it's usually me in my head, and that's it. Hey, Glenda. I am, yeah. So I'm doing my Birds of a Feather February block. For anybody just joining, this is what I'm making. And so far, I have the head, the first part done, so you can follow along. I'm working on the body now. But yeah, so I'm very it's me and myself just sitting in my head, and that's where I get a lot of thinking and new ideas come up for different quilt designs and things like that. Well, thank you, Jan. Yeah, if there's awkward silences, sorry. Like I'm just hanging out and sewing, so I love to chat though. So if anybody has anything, all right. Me too. I sew in silence. Have to concentrate. Yeah, I mean for me it's less about well, I guess it is a little bit. Like I do get more easily distracted if I have some like TV on or something. Uh, that's true. Silence is so restful. Sometimes you just need to sit in silence and sit inside your own head for a little bit. But I feel like while I'm sewing, that's where I get a lot of my like ideas. So that and like when I'm in bed, so like right when I'm like winding down for the day, that's where I'm getting some inspiration for quilts. Good music and independent teaching on local stations. Great for stitching time. Yeah. That's fun. I don't like to listen to audiobooks myself, personally. I don't like... If I'm going to listen to something, it has to be music. Like, I don't like just listening to somebody talk. Unless it's like a book that I have to read for something, then I prefer audio, but... Because then I can do it while I'm doing other stuff, but... I hate talk radio. I hate listening to, like, I don't know, just people talking. It's crazy. I'm just listening to you while I'm stuck making half square triangles. Well, I'm glad that you're here listening. I'll try to be entertaining for you. All right. First piece of Unit 2 done. I feel like this block comes together pretty fast, especially if I can do it while like chatting with you guys, being distracted. It's pretty good. Do you use any special help to fold the papers on the line? I just eyeball it at this point. Yeah, I don't use anything. I do have the Add a Quarter Plus ruler, so it has like a tapered edge that you can use to fold. But I'm just so used to doing it. If it's a big section, if it's like a really big seam, I need something like that to help with. But for this, I just use my eyeballs. And it's usually pretty good. I usually don't have issues. What's going on up here? It makes me feel less lonely. I kind of like these sew-alongs. Oh, I honestly, like, I wish that I had more of a community around me. So, like I was saying earlier, the retreat that I went to last week was my very first retreat. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I wish that I did more all these years that I've been quilting, because it's so fun to be around people that are just like, it's like half like focused and half just like fun and chatting and joking and getting to meet people that have the same like hobbies and passions as you do. It's just really fun. So I definitely recommend, if anybody can get to a retreat, do it for real, because it's really fun. I do have a couple more retreats. I'm going to be going down to Pensacola, Florida, and doing a retreat there to teach my angel wings pattern. So I'm going to have kits available for that, which will be really fun. And then I'm going to I want to do some local retreats as well. I'm going to go speak at some quilt guilds around the area, so it should be fun. Yay, hey. Yeah, honestly, like, I can't wait for the next retreat. I'm ready for one. I am going down to my friend Brooks, and we're going to have a few of us get together and do like a mini retreat at her house, which I'm excited for. We did that, when was it? December, I think. And that was really fun. So I don't consider that like an actual retreat, but it's, I mean, it might as well be, I guess. She's down in Dallas. Let's see. Oh. Oh, that'd be fun. Like do a little, like a Zoom call for quilting. That would be fun. I was thinking it would be fun. Like even on these lives, I think I can have people join. I have to figure that out, but that would be really fun. I know a couple of my friends that are also designers for foundation paper piecing. I've talked to them about doing lives together. That'll be really fun. Because for me, like just talking to the camera is so awkward. I definitely prefer doing lives when there's like interaction with other people. All right, let's see. G. Okay. We're getting there, guys. We will have a finished block by the end of the night. Yeah, okay, hang on one second. Let me finish this section. So my technique, I have realized that there are people that do foundation paper piecing differently than mine, than the way that I do it, and I don't understand it. I feel like the way that I do it is very easy. So hang on, I'll show you. And also, if you watch the video that I did for the Quilted Virtual Summit, it's on my YouTube. You can see like a top-down overhead shot of me doing it, and I explain like the process that I go through. So I definitely recommend that. But what I do is when I'm starting a piece, I always look for the line between like the first piece and the second piece, and I fold the second piece toward me so that I have the first piece down and then the second piece folded toward me. And then I put my fabric, let me get my pieces here. I always start with the number one piece. That piece is always face down on my table. So I take it and I turn it around and I put it face down. And then I put my paper on top of it, lining up the making sure that it fits within the section for the first piece. And then every other piece is going to be face up. And so what I do is I take that and then I put my second piece underneath it. So now right sides are together. And then as long as when my piece 2 is folded over, as long as the fabric for piece 2 is within that piece, I can see through the paper. So you can, it's hard to see for you, but I can see through and see my lines. So as long as piece 2 is covered by the fabric with 1/4 of an inch all the way around it, I know that I'm going to be safe. And so then I can take it to my machine, unfold my paper, stitch. So because my fabric for number 2 covered the entire area when the paper was folded, when I unfold it and unfold the fabric, I know that it's going to cover number 2. So then we're good there. And now for number 3, again, I put the paper so that the printed side is up, and then I take the line that separates number 3, and I fold number 3 toward me, and then I trim my little edge. And then this one is a light yellow, so I'll take my fabric. And again, I'm going to keep my fabric right side up on the table, and then place my piece 3 on top, lining up the seam allowance. So now I have 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And then as long as when it's folded, my fabric is covering it, then I know I'm good. So I'm going to... So I know this is really fast, but go to the yeah, my YouTube channel where I have the video from the Quilted Summit. It's called Foundation Paper Piecing 101. And you can see like a better angle, but awesome, thank you. Yeah, so that's kind of just my process as I just go through and I do a folding first and trimming first. And that way when you have like awkward angles and things like that, you never have to guess if you're going to be covering the fabric, because as long as the fabric covers your piece when it's folded, you know it's going to cover when it's unfolded. There are some techniques that people do that I still can't get my head around. I don't understand how or why they do it that way, but you know, we all learn differently. But yeah, so go check out the video from the Quilted Summit on my YouTube, and that gives a better example so you can see like what I'm doing a little bit easier. And also comment on it and like it, because I definitely appreciate that. It gets me out there a little bit more. It's crazy how different. I hold it up to the light and it's just kind of, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't need a light. I actually tried using a light box once, and I just felt like it was more awkward. Like I just couldn't, I didn't like it. I couldn't tell like what side the fabric was that I was looking at. So this way though, I never have to guess or anything. It's just always, I just always know. Almost done this section, guys. Tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised that I haven't messed up my colors yet. Because usually I get distracted and mess something up. Hey, welcome in. So anybody that's just joining, I'm making my February block of the month. Sorry for those that have been here a while, but this is the block that I'm making right now. So if you want to hang out and just chat and watch me make it, if you have any questions, let me know. I know a lot of people have already made this block, and it's so fun to see the different like fabrics that people use or different color combinations. I love it when people get creative and they make it their own. It's fun. Okay. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Anybody have any plans for tomorrow, for Sunday? I think I'm gonna do lunch with my mother-in-law. We're gonna go to a little Japanese hibachi steakhouse place. So it'll be fun. And then sewing. I want to get my March block tested. I'm excited for that one. And then hopefully next week, early next week, I'll get some patterns out for testers. I have one that's 2 lions, so that's all ready to go. I have another one that's a whale, like an orca jumping out of the ocean, which is beautiful. I can't wait to show that one. So, oh, this is my, we're getting there, guys. We got the body. So, almost. This is the one that, I'll just show you here, that I get confused with this piece and this piece. So there's, oh, it's gonna, the light's a little bit harsh on this. There we go. The top like red piece and the bottom brown piece, they look the same to me. And last time I did this, I messed up. So now I'm like super cautious with it. So mind the numbers. Look at the numbers, not just the color of the square. All right, so this one. I did too. Yeah, you gotta look at the number. Look at the number. I have roller derby practice. Oh, fun. And celebrating, oh, good. Celebrating Valentine's Day with fiance. That's exciting. We didn't do anything. We never celebrate anything like that. I made actually a little quilted heart, and then I took some printable fabric and like wrote a little message and printed it on the fabric for the backing of it. But I was like, something different, because we always do cards, but we don't do gifts or anything. So I did that and instead of a card, and then he can use it as a little coaster at his desk. So it was fun. And it was a rainbow heart, so it was fun. Tomorrow, testing a hockey quilt. And it's all piece, which is not Orca quilt. Yeah, the Orca quilt is cute. So for the hockey one, it's just traditionally pieced. So I take it you prefer foundation paper piecing. I definitely prefer foundation paper piecing. as soon as I did it, I like fell in love with it immediately and started designing. I think I did one block that that unicorn block that I was saying earlier was the first block that I did, and then from there on, like, I decided I was gonna make my own. But I also did others as well. But I love designing them, because then I can do whatever I want, you know. But with being like, I had to stay off my feet for a while when I hurt myself, so I've been just like on my computer and getting designs done and getting stuff done on my website, which has been great, and you know, so I was productive for the most part, I think, even though I couldn't do too much. And then I'm thinking, so next week we're supposed to have winter weather, and on Tuesday, like a winter, I don't know, blizzard or something, I don't even know, but I'm thinking maybe to do a live on Tuesday where I put together, so I have a polar bear quilt, it's called Beneath the Northern Lights, and I can't wait to get this one tested, but I want to test it because I really want this quilt. So I was thinking to do a live and have a live be one like unit of the quilts, and there's 5 units total, so it could be like a sew along broken up into different parts. So I'm thinking I might do that next week. We'll have to see. Yes, a billion pieces just got through cutting. See, that's the one thing I hate about traditional piecing is all the cutting that you have to do and all the like really like intricate cutting. I don't like that. Was it, do you know what unicorn it was? Was it the Quiet Play unicorn? Stacy says, "Hi Julius, I've been listening to you while I'm sewing. A while back you posted a stained glass cross." Oh yeah, looking for a tester, but I've not seen a pattern ever released. So I never actually finished that that stained glass cross. Maybe that's one I need to get going as well. Because I think you had, was it you that had mentioned wanting to test it? I know there was a few people that did. I have several patterns that are kind of like half starts, and then I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling it, so I kind of gave up on it. But maybe that's one I need to get back to try for, be good for Easter. I have so many. You should see like on my computer how many just like random quilt patterns that I've started and just never like wrote up the pattern for, or yeah. Let's see here. We got tomorrow finishing an upcycled quilted jacket. Oh, that's cool. Oh, fun. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the like cutting all these squares and triangles. Oh my gosh. I'd rather just paper piece it and then I don't have to be like specific with my cutting. So, although I will say I don't love how like wasteful foundation paper piecing can be, but you know, I try to use the scraps. Like I have bins of scraps that I save, I sort by color. So, and I end up using it for other projects. I feel like with foundation paper piecing, it makes sense to save. Like I won't save every little tiny scrap, but I do save a lot of scraps. All right, here we go. Only three more sections to do, so going quick. It's already 7:30. We'll be done. I really want to have the full quilt or quilt block done before the end of my live. That's my goal. Okay, we're getting there. So almost. So there is one piece, the little branch that the birds are sitting on, this one here. Sorry, the light is really harsh over here for the Facebook people. But yeah, so if you have this block, I would definitely recommend using a glue stick and just gluing it on the back of the piece. It just helps hold it. Especially when you try to trim it so it doesn't shift around on you. And I just use a little hot iron to get it nice and, oh, sorry guys, earthquake. Try to get it to dry, and then you don't have to like worry about it moving around on you when you're trying to trim it up. So I use the purple Elmer's glue stick, recommend it. It comes off easily when you need it to, but it also holds when you need it to. Okay, let's see, anybody else? Pros and cons of both. Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons with both methods. I'm still taking paper piecing any day of the week over traditional. But that's not to say I won't do a traditional pieced quilt once in a while. If I find a really cute pattern, I wouldn't, well, I guess I do have one design that I did, a little, I call it my what do I call it? Anyway, it's a cactus quilt. I forget the name of it. I have two cactus quilts, one that's paper pieced and one that's traditionally pieced, but it's all just squares and half square triangles, so it's not too crazy. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this piece is a fast piece. This is just 2 pieces of fabric. There's sometimes when I'm designing that, like, I hate when I have just 1 or 2 pieces of fabric for a section, but sometimes you have to, just the way that paper piecing works, but sometimes it can be annoying. I will though, if it's a big, like sometimes I'll have a big section, like at my angel wings, there's one piece that is just a big, like triangle section, and I just leave that by itself because I find it's easier to have a big piece. But Shannon asked, how much paper do I go through? I go through a lot of paper. I try not to, but man, I actually just had a case delivered. I bought a case of 10 reams of paper that just got delivered today because I went through my other case. But when I printed all those patterns for the retreat, because I brought a bunch of my patterns with me, that took up a lot of paper. Because some of my patterns, like the bigger quilts, are over 100 pages, so it's a lot. All right. Okay. Getting there, guys. Almost. I found biodegradable paper that I toss into the compost. Oh. Is it super expensive though? I have to be a little bit budget conscious, but honestly, I mean, I recycle, but I don't know, what happens when it leaves my house, but I'm trying to figure out a way to use, like, the little scraps of fabric, even, like, that I don't save, for, like, doing piecing and stuff. I do still, like, keep it in a separate, like, pile or bag. I have, like, a little bag, because I'm like, maybe I could use this to, like, like, a stuffed animal or something. I like to crochet, and I crochet stuffed animals. So I was like, oh, maybe I could do something like that, and that would be fun. But, you know. It's funny to see how my patterns, like, go through, like, stages. Like, when I first designed this block that I'm working on now, I had a lot more detail to it. I had little feet for, like, this is little sitting on the branch. I had little feet hanging off, and I was just like, I need to simplify it because it was getting to be too much. And I want this to be beginner friendly. So, like, I had to remove that. There was some stuff around the face that I had to change, and it's fun though to see the process of it. Maybe I should do like a design live where I just like share designing a block or something. Actually, about a little more than regular paper. It's made with sugar cane. Oh, if you think about it, I would love it if you send me the link to that paper. I would love to take a look at it. I save my scraps for stuffing dog beds. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that to do dog, because I have 3 dogs. I could make them beds, or like do like for charity. That's a good idea. I'm gonna figure out, yeah, because I crochet stuffed animals too. So I was like, oh, I could like stuff them with that. But okay, let's finish this guy up. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This is fun. I love doing these. Eventually, hopefully it'll be more entertaining. I'm just very, like, hanging out. I wish you guys could hear. There's an owl outside my window. It keeps hooting. I don't think you guys can hear it. My backyard is all, like, woods. So we get, like, deer and owls and hawks and all kinds of things. I think that'd be fun. That could be something to do for... Hello, hello. It's so close to being done, guys. I'm glad I pre-made half of it. I think I tried to stick to 2 hours for my live, but if we went over, it'd be a lot longer. Or if we did the whole quilt block. I'll tell you, that cordless iron from Aldi's for $20. Oh, it's great. It's super hot. Works great. what is it? Show me. Yeah, hang on one second. Let me show you. So I'm working on my block of the month for February. So this is the block that I'm sewing. So every month I have a free block of the month. So if you go to my website, juliashandmade.com, you can download that for free. Make it yourself. So I'm just sewing up another version of that. And then this is where I have the head done, and then the body. So I'm trimming up this piece, and then I'll have one more section, and I'll be done. And I already did the other half. So you're just in time to see the finished results pretty soon. Alright, so we have that piece, the tail feathers. But I can't sew that to anything yet until I get this piece done. This is my last piece with the bigger section. But only 4 pieces of fabric, so it should go pretty quick. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, the block of the month is pretty fun. I'm excited for people to get in and make it. A lot of people have already done this block, which is fun to see. Eventually I'm going to get one of those like multi-streaming apps or whatever where I can like stream to Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else all at the same time on the same camera. Then I won't have to have like all these different devices around me. But I think this works for now. I don't want to have to spend, it's expensive to do that, like crazy expensive. I think one thing I saw was over $100 a month to have that service. I don't think I do lives enough where that makes sense. So, all right, this one is not big enough. Almost done, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. What's the name of the sewing machine that you might get again? I think it's called Eversewn Sparrow 30. I think it was Sparrow 30. It was pretty cool, and I think it was pretty inexpensive. I think there's a new model that's basically the same thing, only calling it different. I want to say it's Charlotte. So Eversewn Charlotte, something like that. But check it out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into one. I just feel like it would be easier to not have to lug this machine back and forth between this room and my sewing room. Uh, so, we'll see. Okay, guys, last piece of fabric, and this is done. And then you can see you guys have stuck around, so I appreciate you. Maybe I should do like something each month where I have like a different guest join me in my lives that's also making the block. Do you think that would be more entertaining than just sitting in, like when I'm sitting in silence? I don't know. Or should it just be me? Because I could do like a special guest of the live each month, someone different, an audience member. Becky supports a second machine. Thank you for that. I'll let Travis know that you approve. Thank you. That's nice. I volunteer as tribute. Oh, okay. Hey, I think that could be really fun. But would you be willing to make the block of the month with me at the same time? That's the question. So the thing is, I do have other machines, but they don't have the automatic thread cutter, and I can't live without it anymore. So I don't want to use those for paper piecing. I just don't think, I don't know. So do I need another machine? Probably not, but do I want it? Yeah. Oh, yay. Okay. Maybe more fun for you to have somebody to talk to. I would be happy to listen. Well, thank you. Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like I have to like fill the awkward silence, but I hope everyone tags their blocks. I know I love seeing everybody's finished blocks too. So definitely, if you're doing this block, tag me. Offset price with getting rid of one. Ugh. Don't ask me to get rid of things. I'm bad at that. I'm a hoarder. I keep things. It's very difficult for me. I don't mind the small silent moments. Okay, well, thank you. What are they tagged? Like tag Julia's Handmade. So on each pattern, I do have a hashtag. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but it's right above the image there, and it's hashtag Julia's Handmade BOM25. So you could hashtag that, or you could just tag Julia's Handmade in your image if you post it. I'm happy with either, so no stress, no pressure, but I do love to see when people make the blocks. All right, let me get these two sections together. For some reason, this one got a little bit funky. Sometimes I have to finagle my sections. I don't know. I get like misaligned for some reason. I'm definitely a fake it till you make it kind of person. If it's not perfect, who cares? Hey, Corey. We're just finishing up this block. I'm pretty excited about it. So typically at this point, I like to uh, take off my papers, but I'm not gonna. Oh, you know what's funny? So I was telling you I made half of it earlier. So I had these two sections putting together, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let God decide where my points line up, if they match or not. And oh my gosh, they matched perfectly. It was fantastic. But I might throw a couple pins in this one. Oh, that's right, Corey. You're not late. There's no requirements to be on time. Jess, did Instagram make everything harder? It feels like searches don't work as well as they used to. Honestly, yeah. I mean, Instagram's made everything so much harder. Instagram and Facebook, but if I didn't need them to grow my business, I wouldn't have them. But I do enjoy getting to hang out with you guys. But that's actually a really good segue too, because my very soon on my website, I'm going to be having a community forum where people can actually like post and interact with each other to kind of get away from social media a little bit. So if you're not signed up for my newsletter, that's another reason to sign up so you can see when all that happens. And you can be a part of that. Then you can share like the things that you're working on, or, you know, post questions about a pattern or what, you know, whatever. It'll basically be like a little community. I got a little pucker. That's all right. I don't mind saying. All right, guys. Let me just press this open. Oops. So I was saying, sorry, I keep going off camera for Instagram when I iron. I was saying earlier, I press my seams open, and I feel like that's especially important if I have like a lot of little sections coming together, because then it gets so bulky. Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, this community, I really want it to be like a little community where people don't have to rely on social media to be a part of it. Because honestly, social media is stressing me out, so. All right. We have our half done. And then, like I said earlier, I already have the other half. Typically, I would take off all my papers like I did with this one. But I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. And then this, I like to do there's three points that I try to match on this, and that's where the heart connects, to make sure that it's, you know, that point matches. And then I do like little, where I just put those two sections together, units 1 and 2, I make sure that center seam, thanks Sharon, take care, that center seam like matches. It doesn't have to. It's not going to make that much of a difference, but, you know, might as well. And then the bottom of the heart. So those are the only 3 points that I match when I do the two halves together. So let's get that done. before I show you. Not too bad. Oh, you know what? I lied. I did want to also do the the branches where the branches come together, but it actually isn't too bad. But I forgot about that. So you might want to pin that as well. Let me just press this. Get this off. So bottom of the heart, top of the heart, center of the 2 units, and then the branches. Don't forget the branches. Yeah, Peggy Sue, I agree. Facebook, driving me crazy. Instagram, it's all become a little bit too toxic as well. So I'm like, if I can get a little community together, I might as well do that. All right, let me just iron this real quick and I'll show you the results. Not perfect, but I did kind of rush it there at the end. So take your time with the pinning. Make sure that everything's lining up. And honestly, you don't have, I mean, you're not required to pin if you just want to let, you know, God decide, like I do sometimes. That's fine. And normally I would have, so once I finish each side, like each half of the thing, I take the papers off, and that does make it a lot easier to sew down that center seam. And I'll press all my seams and starch it also. So, but everyone does it differently. Do whatever works for you. All right. There we go. We have a block. It's pretty cute. It's hard doing with the patterned like fabric. You know, it's going to get a little bit all over the place, but I'm happy with that. So anyway, there you go. We did the block together. So again, if anybody's interested in making that, it's a free pattern on my website, juliushandmade.com. If you're interested in joining a class to learn how to design foundation paper piecing, I use a free program called Quilt Assistant, and that's what I teach on. I have on my website a place where you can go and sign up for that. If you would like to be a pattern tester, go to my website and click on the link for become a tester, and you can apply to be a tester. What else? I guess that's it. I have a lot of cool things going on, so make sure to sign up for my newsletter so that you don't miss anything. Promise not to spam your emails. I just do a few a month. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. This was a lot of fun. And be sure to check me out again next month on the 15th. So every 15th of the month, I'll be doing these lives to work on that month's block of the month. So next month will be March, and I'll work on the March block. And then, yeah, hopefully I'll also do other lives too. So like I was talking about my polar bears earlier, I'm going to be doing a live for that. I may start that on Tuesday, depending on the weather. So look out for that. I'll make sure to put it in. And oh yeah, so I am like trying to get to 1,000 newsletter subscribers. So I have 980 currently. So I need 20 more. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, please go and subscribe. Invite your friends that quilt to subscribe. I would love to get to 1,000. And once I get to 1,000, I'm sending everybody on my email list a free pattern. So if you want a free pattern, definitely go and sign up for my newsletter. Again, that's all on my website. On the bottom of every page, there's a subscribe to my newsletter area. So be sure to do that. Thank you, Jan, for reminding me of that. But yeah, so thank you all very much for joining, and I can't wait to the next one. Have a great weekend. Enjoy quilting if that's what you're doing, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.